Hi, I'm Adele, and I'm a creative person. I like to write, like poetry, articles. I like to draw, I like to paint. And if you're a creative person like me, you can understand that sometimes our creativity hits walls and it's hard to get inspired. Or maybe you aren't a creative person and you want to get in touch with your creativity and it's been so long. Creativity is like a muscle, and I'll go into that further. But I have 4 ways that help me stay in touch with my creativity, boost it, and today I'm going to share that with you. So the first and my favorite way is to find a safe space in contact with nature where you can create your products of creativity, whatever you want to do, your art. And that could be inside and looking out a window to nature, but I really suggest getting out in nature because that's where all the benefits come from. Plants release phytoncides naturally. They relieve stress. There are many scientific studies that have found how phytoncides will increase your white blood cell count and boost your immune system, decrease your blood pressure, and even just looking at trees, being out is clinically proven to increase your focus and your mood. So just being out in nature is like, I can't write when I'm stressed, when I'm, in a bad mood. I mean, I can, but maybe it's not the things I positively want to put out into the world. And so nature helps kind of clarify and put you in the right mind space. And it's also the origin of our creativity. As humans, we are animals. We are meant to be in nature. And I have this book called Ways of Being, and a poet artfully put it, William Blake. He said, "The tree which moves some to tears of joy is in the eyes of others only a green thing that stands in the way. Some see nature all ridicule and deformity, and some scarce see nature at all. But to the eyes of the man of imagination, nature is imagination itself." And when I go out and I see all the beautiful things the world has to offer, it inspires every metaphor, every beautiful image. It all originates in creativity. I mean, sure, some mankind things can be kind of cool, but nature really is the origin of it all. And in Buddhist practice, that's a very common idea to hold true, because Buddhists value nature to its utmost. In this book, Living Zen by Michael Paul, it says, "From the outset, Zen scholars recognized that nature and human creativity were synonymous. The two were considered part of the natural order of the universe, and it was through nature's intense images that many Zen-inspired artists sought to express its living energy, inspiration, and wisdom." I think that puts it better than I could have. My second tip into keeping contact with your creativity is actually to meditate. Like, okay, Adele, you sound like a Buddhist here. Yeah, I mean, I've been meditating for the past few months, and I have this app called Balance, and it's really good because it has guided meditations. And there's one that's about creativity, where you just sit, you breathe, and then you pick an object and you try to come up with many different uses for that object, like what different professions would use that object for. And that just kind of opens your mind to the purposes of so many things, And so meditation really helps you find beauty and inspiration in the simplest, smallest things. And in this Zen Buddhism book, there's actually there's a spot about meditation that says, "By living Zen, we learn to acquire a heightened awareness. For Zen sharpens our senses and intensifies our powers of perception, and so enriches all of our experiences. Even everyday events take on a new meaning." I mean, if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. To achieve this insight, we first have to understand more about ourselves. Through Zen meditation, we eventually learn to penetrate the core of our existence so that finally we can see the true nature of our inner selves and the things around us. It just helps you appreciate more things that maybe you never quite thought to look at for a little longer. My third tip is to look at other people's work. There's a big thing about, don't copy or you have to be original, but you learn best by copying from other people. I mean, maybe not copying word for word or stroke for stroke, but it's, if you take, perhaps one of my exercises when I was writing poetry is just to take out all the nouns, the verbs, and replace them with your own. Make the syntax the same, but come up with your own. And so or you could just look at other people's work and pick out, hey, what did I like about this? What did I not like? And you can take what you like and leave what you don't. And it doesn't even have to be in the same medium. You don't have to look at creative works in the same medium as what you're aspiring to make, because for me, music inspires me a lot. I'll listen to a song and maybe you could write something inspired by that, or paint while listening to this one song exactly what you envision, whatever. But art inspires other art. You don't have to create something from nothing, just sit in front of a blank page. And then my final tip is that you must practice and exercise your creative muscles like a sport. And you have to do it even if you aren't feeling fully inspired. Like athletes, even on their off days, they still go out and do it. And you can always come back and improve whatever work you've written or created. And it doesn't have to end there, but you have a start and you're exercising it. There was one day where I was not feeling inspired, but I was trying to write every day, and so I wrote this poem about being uninspired, and it actually turned out pretty good. I showed some family and they liked it, and I can always come back to it. So those are my 4 ways of how you can improve your creativity, and I'll put up a graphic here that you can screenshot and be a good reminder on how you can unleash that inner creativity. And I hope this helps you. I do.